What is up, Wrestling Tracks? I am Jon May, filling in for Lee Houston, who is MIA at the moment. I'm back. One night only, not one night only, I'm back. I'll be here after WrestleMania, I promise. I'm back full-time, baby. Let's get right into it, because I don't want to waste no more fucking time for y'all. Let's get it, because we have a lot of shit to go over. It's WrestleMania week, baby. Let's get it. WrestleMania is lit. NXT TakeOver New York is lit. G1 Supercar is going to be lit. The Hall of Fame, who gives a damn? Let's get into it. Raw this week, what a horrible go-home show we had. You know, we kicked off Raw with Stephanie McMahon saying, well, first off, let's go back to last Tuesday. Last Tuesday on SmackDown, it was Asuka versus Charlotte Flair out of nowhere for the SmackDown Women's title. And Charlotte won. You know, completely out of the blue, out of nowhere, they put the belt on Charlotte. Not announced, nothing. Before that match even happened, it was supposed to be a fatal four-way with the winner facing Asuka at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Live Women's title. It was supposed to be Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Naomi, and Carmella, and the winner of that match would have faced Asuka. But they didn't even tell the women backstage that was going to happen. They found out when we all did. And now Charlotte Flair has tied, or broken the record, I should say, for most women's championship reigns, wins, whatever. She beat Trish Stratus and Mickie James, who were tied at 7 apiece. But now, since Charlotte won the SmackDown Live Women's Championship this past Monday on Raw, Stephanie McMahon came out jokingly first on April Fool's Day and said, we're going to add a fourth competitor, we're adding me. But of course, it's April Fool's Day, and she let the crowd know that immediately. This Sunday at WrestleMania is Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey in a winner-take-all match, I believe. If Ronda pins Charlotte, she's the Raw Women's Champion. No. Okay, I'm wrong. It's not winner-take-all. If Ronda pins Charlotte, then yes, Ronda will be both SmackDown Live and Raw Women's Champion. But if Becky makes Ronda tap out or pins Ronda, she wins the Raw title. If she pins Charlotte, makes Charlotte tap, she's the SmackDown title Women's Champion. If Charlotte pins Ronda, makes Ronda tap, Charlotte's both champions. And so on and so forth. If she pins Becky, then nothing happens either way. I personally believe, no, we're going to save my predictions for a little bit. Let's talk about the go-home show overall. Speaking of the women, we're going to continue on them three. It was Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey in its 6-woman tag match against the Riot Squad. And if Ronda, Becky, or Charlotte would have turned on one another during the match, then they would have forfeited their WrestleMania spot at WrestleMania. And of course, nobody touched each other until after the match. That brawl after the match was probably the best segment on Raw in the past year, maybe year and a half. Why did creative not save that for the end of Raw? We could have the women at the end of Raw, and that would have been fucking perfect to send everybody home happy and, oh my God, they're going to jail. What about WrestleMania? You seen Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda in handcuffs, attacking each other, attacking the police, you know, kicking windows out of cars, attacking each other in the back seat of cop cars. Ronda got in the front seat of a cop car handcuffed, and she drove forward, try to cause a scene. That should end it Raw. Creative, you fucked up. Vince, you fucked up there. I don't know what made you end Raw in the way y'all did, and I'm going to get into that in a second. we had Batista come out, and Batista really didn't say much. Batista just got in the ring, pointed at the WrestleMania sign. They played video packages of every time Batista beat Triple H and yada, yada, yada. And all Batista said was, "Kiss my ass." Yeah, that's a real message to your opponent, Dave. What else? We seen Baron Corbin come out and tell Angle that he's history. He was yesterday's garbage, yesterday's news. It was supposed to be Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio this past week, but unfortunately, Kurt Angle is dealing with some nagging injuries, and they want to rest him up well enough so he can go fourth at WrestleMania against Baron Corbin. We all have our. Yeah, everybody, and if you agree on this match, you don't know fucking professional wrestling worth the damn. I'm sorry, I love you guys, I really do. But if you agree with this match, you're stupid. I want to put you on Jericho's list. You just made the fucking list. Why would you put Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin in Kurt Angle's farewell match? Now, anything can happen between now and Mania. Angle or Corbin can get injured, attacked backstage before his match, whatever. He can come out and Vince or Shane or Stephanie will come out like, "Well, look here, Baron Corbin, the fans don't agree with you in this match, so we replaced you, yada, yada, yada." Which I personally believe they're going to do. We all wanted either Angle versus Shelton Benjamin, Angle versus Undertaker, Angle versus AJ Styles, or Angle versus John Cena, personally. I hate John Cena. Lee, I know you're listening, and I know you hate John Cena. But John Cena being Kurt Angle's last match would have been great for business, because Kurt Angle was John Cena's first opponent. And John Cena being Kurt Angle's final opponent, it would have made sense. And booking and realistically, it would have been perfect. It would have made sense. But, we got to see what's going to happen for Mania, because Mania is just a few short days away. And like always, ladies and gentlemen, card is subject to change. We have a guest on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Lee Houston, is on with me.
How you doing, John?
What's up, brother?
I'm good. Well, I'm in the hospital right now, laid up. But I'll tell you this. It's interesting to see a card with no John Cena and no Undertaker.
Well, Undertaker's not in the match, ladies and gentlemen, no, but I have been not catching up. I have been keeping up with my news all week, and today, the Dirt Sheets and Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez and Mike Johnson have all reported that The Undertaker will be interrupting Elias's performance at WrestleMania.
Oh, my.
Which I personally don't agree with. I love you, Undertaker. I love you, Mark Calloway, whatever. But if anybody should interrupt Elias's performance for a concert, it should be The Rock.
No, it should be Jeff Jarrett.
Well, Jeff Jarrett already done it. We need a concert. If it's a Rock concert, we need The Rock. Well, it's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll continue this. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette and talk to you all, so give me a second to head outside. Lee Houston, give us your thoughts on the whole incident between Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda on Raw.
Man, it was crazy. So what happens is, after the match, they beat the hell out of each other. They all get arrested. First, it was like arena security. Then the popo, the fuzz, the people showed up. The man, I ain't talking about Becky Lynch. The man showed up. and got him arrested. And one of the officers made a dumb mistake. They put I believe it was Becky Lynch, either Becky Lynch and Ronda or Charlotte and Ronda in the same car, and all hell broke loose again. They just spilled into the parking lot. Man. Oh man, it was just crazy.
They put Ronda and Becky in the same car, and they were going at it in the back seat, and Ronda kicked the window out. Then we seen Charlotte come up and kind of give we seen Charlotte come up and kind of give Ronda a kind of like a GTS in a way.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll tell you, that's man's gonna be
what
very
would you want to see as Kurt Angle's last opponent? Do you agree with Baron Corbin?
No, of course not. I would like to see anybody. Shawn Michaels, one not only Shawn Michaels, John Cena, The Undertaker, somebody. It'd be cool. We bring out Shawn Michaels for one night only.
Well, Shawn said his in-ring career is done. After Crown Jewel, he was done. And, let it be. It just makes more sense for me as a fan to know that John Cena was Kurt Angle was John Cena's first opponent.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena being Kurt Angle's last opponent, it makes sense in writing. It makes sense in every aspect of professional wrestling. How do you feel about them taking the belt off Asuka?
That was stupid because you already got a title shot Sunday, Charlotte. So what's the point of doing that?
Well, I think with the Fox deal coming up in October, I think they're going to combine both titles, and it's going to be one title again.
Wow.
But, not telling the girls in the back that, hey, your match is canceled and finding out the same time we do, it's very, very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Because we've had Naomi and Carmella going back and forth on Twitter, not with one another, but with just letting out their frustrations. It seems that in the past weeks, we've had numerous wrestlers go on Twitter and vent their frustrations with their position in the WWE. Whether it's them doing it with WWE's permission or they're just shooting off at the mouth in their own words. I mean, I agree with some of them. Why would you cancel a match and put the belt on Charlotte? I have a lot of personal feelings about Charlotte. I don't like her because I don't like her father.
Of course.
I think Charlotte was doing a little bit of, she was kissing butt. I don't want to say nothing else. She was kissing butt. Her or her daddy kissed a lot of ass to make that happen, in my opinion. Also at WrestleMania, everybody, we got Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. I think that match is going to be boring. At the same time, it'd probably be one of the matches of the night. I hate Roman Reigns as a wrestler. I'm glad he beat leukemia as Joe. I respect him as a person. I respect him as Joe. But as an in-ring performer, he's just horrible. I don't like him. He's like John Cena. He's got like 5 moves.
By the way,
it is what it is with
my dad's noise. Y'all see that.
How do you feel about Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns?
It is interesting, I'll tell you that.
Just announced this past Tuesday on SmackDown, since the Usos forfeited their match against Big E and Xavier Woods, and we'll talk more about what happened there in a little bit, Alexa Bliss, the host of WrestleMania, and we'll talk about the host situation in a few minutes. We had Alexa Bliss come out and say, since the Usos did what they did last week, that they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way, that they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way. And they have to defend their titles in a fatal 4-way this Sunday. And the Usos will be facing The Bar, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, and Ricochet and Aleister Black. That match is going to be interesting. I don't foresee them putting the belt on anybody new. So I look for the Usos to retain the tag titles. I wish it was Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Revival, since the ending kind of was iffy on Raw. But, you know, it is what it is. It's WWE booking. But after Raw went off the air in a backstage exclusive on WWE.com exclusively, we had Zack Ryder or Kurt Hawkins come up and say to the Revival, why don't you give us a shot? You know, it's in our hometown. Give us a shot. Let us have our WrestleMania moment and see if we can end our losing streak. And the Revival said, well, we'll take that into consideration. So I look forward to Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the Revival at WrestleMania. And I really hope it's true that Vince in creative writing will shoot off with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder and give them that WrestleMania moment. Let them hold the tag titles just for one night. And Kurt Hawkins' losing streak at WrestleMania. Let him have a tag team title reign just for 24 hours with Zack Ryder. Because, this is for another day, but the potential that Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Heath Slater, and so many others that have that potential and WWE just don't use it or idolize it, it just makes me mad as a fan. Because you have these talents that work so fucking hard at house shows or main event or whatever, and you just shit on them. Like the whole EC3 situation, and that's for another day. Y'all gave up on EC3 after his first match on Raw against Dean Ambrose. You let him win that match, but he's been losing ever since. And I just don't get it. We have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm not really excited about that because it's going to be Braun Strowman and them two dudes from Saturday Night Live. EC3's in it. I don't know who else is in it, but I look for Braun Strowman winning that. We have the Women's Battle Royal. I really don't think this is going to amount to nothing. I don't care who wins that. I got my notes here later. I just came back inside. Give me a second, please.
See?
Oh, I'm looking at my notes for WrestleMania. All right, we have Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte. I'll go ahead and give my prediction on that now. I think Becky Lynch will walk out as the Raw Women's Champion. We have Roman versus Drew. I know it's going to be Roman, but if I had to pick, I would let it be Drew McIntyre to build Drew McIntyre up as the main event caliber superstar that he is. We have, like I said, we have the Usos versus The Bar versus Nakamura and Rusev versus Black and Ricochet. I wouldn't mind seeing Black and Ricochet win, but I feel like the Usos are going to win just for what what can happen in a few months. We have Shane McMahon versus The Miz. I'm excited and not excited because we haven't seen Shane McMahon as a heel since the Attitude Era. I think when he was in the corporation. So it's very interesting to see how this plays out. I think it's a false count anywhere for Shane versus The Miz. The Miz as a babyface works and it don't work because The Miz is probably one of the best heels that WWE has ever seen. And the fact that you have Shane as a heel is going to be very interesting to see because Shane is supposed to be that fan favorite. But I've seen it coming because Shane attacking The Miz in his hometown in front of his daddy. It made perfect sense. But I would just like to see Miz turning heel and his father punching Shane McMahon in the mouth or something like that. And, you know, The Miz, you know, just The Miz being like, I'm better than you and your entire family, whatever. But Shane versus The Miz, I see The Miz winning it. I would like to see Shane win, but, you know, it's not realistic. Like I said, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. My pick is Braun Strowman just because it's believable right now. The Women's Battle Royal, I think Naomi won it last year. I'm going to just throw a random name out there. I want to say Sonya Deville will win this year. If not, Sonya Deville, maybe Asuka, or maybe Naomi again. I don't care about the Women's Battle Royal. That's going to be like a bathroom break type thing if it's on the main show. But I think it's going to be on the pre-show. Another match that they removed from the main card and put on the golf show is the Cruiserweight Championship, which I freaking hate. Y'all don't idolize the Cruiserweights on Raw or SmackDown anymore. Why, I don't know. Because some of the Cruiserweights now are better than the talent that we get on TV every week. So, ladies and gentlemen, at WrestleMania on the kickoff show, we have Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. And that match is probably going to be the match of the kickoff show. Because Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese have so much chemistry that works inside the ring together. It's unbelievable. I would love to see Tony Nese win, but I think Buddy Murphy is going to pull out the upset, and Buddy Murphy will retain his Cruiserweight Championship. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. I'm not going to set that in stone yet. Well, I have to because there's not predictions. If they do not change the match before or after or whatever, if they really do Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, I can't foresee Kurt Angle losing his final match. So we'll just go out on top and say Kurt Angle will win his final match. Rumor is that John Cena will be part of WrestleMania 35. John Cena will have a match, but nobody knows who it is. So maybe they're going to surprise us and do John Cena versus Kurt Angle. But Lars Sullivan has been cleared to come back to WWE ever since his mental breakdown months ago. So if we see Cena versus Lars Sullivan, I look for Lars Sullivan to win because I don't foresee them bringing in Lars Sullivan and a return of John Cena and have Lars Sullivan lose. But, you know, it's Cena in WrestleMania, and I think Cena will go out as the victor, but my pick is Lars Sullivan if they do Cena versus Lars. AJ Styles versus Randy. That has potential to probably be match of the night. 3 weeks ago, we had Randy Orton come out and cut one of his best promos in his entire career, where he says, years ago, AJ Styles was in bingo halls while I was making my WWE debut. Years ago, AJ Styles was in Florida on the beach getting suntanned with Dixie Carter. Years ago, AJ Styles was in high schools performing for y'all while I was the youngest world heavyweight champion. And Styles came out, and Styles just waylaid into Orton and said, Randy Orton, we all here know how you really feel about the independent scene of wrestling. And this is no lie, everybody. Randy Orton hates the Indies. Randy Orton shits on the Indies as much as he can whenever he can. Because he thinks it's a mockery of the WWE or AEW or Impact or any other major company. And Styles told Orton, Randy Orton, if you go to the back and look around, the Indies are in the WWE. Us indie boys are right here now in the WWE. So AJ said, SmackDown is the house that AJ Styles built. Or Randy Orton said he's the landlord. But in another podcast I was in and watching, we had a gentleman by the name Matt Collins, Sea-Dog. Shout out to WCC, by the way. He said The Rock laid the foundation for SmackDown. So if anybody has to pay rent, it's Randy Orton. Because The Rock lay up the SmackDown, and Rock is the man who layered the foundation of SmackDown. But Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, like I said, it has potential to be match of the night. So, I want Styles to win. But if we see what we've seen on SmackDown this past Tuesday, a phenomenal forearm, it turned into an RKO, Orton's going to take it. But my pick is AJ Styles. We have, what else do we have? We have Bobby Lashley versus the Demon, Finn Balor. I hope this is the last time that Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley face off. Because watching them fight every week, or Finn Balor versus Leo Rush every week for the past month and a half, it just gets old. It really does. I don't think Finn Balor has ever lost as the Demon. So I think Finn Balor is going to walk out of WrestleMania as a new Intercontinental Champion.
I just checked the medication. It works. It's supposed to be every 6 hours, so you get it 3 times a day.
What is your opinion, Lee Houston?
Give it that 6-hour frame for it to kick in, okay? And then if it doesn't work, I'll bring you the next one around between 1 and 2 a.m.
We'll come back to Lee Houston, ladies and gentlemen. We have Seth freaking Rollins versus the new Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. We have Seth freaking Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, for the Universal Championship. Can Seth Rollins slay the Beast? Is what everybody has been talking about for the past months. Does Seth Rollins really have what it takes to slay the Beast? Is Seth Rollins really the Beast Slayer? And as much as Lee Houston does not want to hear this, Seth Rollins will slay the Beast. But will Seth Rollins do it alone? Will we see a final Shield WrestleMania moment? My opinion is yes. Seth Rollins can slay the Beast, but I'm not picking Seth Rollins to win. Because months ago we have seen and heard that Dean Ambrose is leaving the WWE. What if? And Lee Houston, I hope you're listening. What if the referee's out? Brock and Heyman are just waylaying the shit out of Seth Rollins. And you hear Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta. Here comes Roman and here comes Dean. But in that moment that they try and go for a triple power bomb, Dean Ambrose low blows Roman Reigns, and he hits the dirty deeds on Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, and Brock Lesnar is victorious at WrestleMania, all because Dean Ambrose screwed Seth Rollins. And the next night on Raw, Dean Ambrose comes out and says, I fooled all of you. Y'all really think I was going anywhere? Y'all really think I was going to let Seth Rollins take away my shine? Think not. Dean Ambrose is here, and Dean Ambrose will be the ultimate heel after WrestleMania. Because everybody wants the Universal Championship back on Raw so bad. But Dean does not let that happen. Dean does not want Seth to ever have that title. It may not happen because I don't think Dean Ambrose is in New York City. I may be wrong. But mark my words, Seth Rollins is not going to win that title at WrestleMania. What do you think, Lee?
Well, I'm going to let you know after this break. Hang on a second.
My name is Scott McGrath. The day before my 8th birthday, I fell in a pile of fire ants and suffered significant wounds on over 70% of my body. Since that day, I have made a solemn vow to kill every insect on planet Earth. I hate them with the passion of a religious zealot. Speaking of religion, of all the biblical plagues, I hate the locust plague the most. For the last 12 years, my white-hot rage has materialized in the form of my business, McGrath Pest Control. I have harnessed this unforgivable intolerance of insects and released the wrath of my fury on bugs in and around the homes of Houston. I will kill those bugs in any way that I can. Chemicals, my boot, my bare fist, or any other object that can end the life of an insect. Call 281-469-8240 and give me the honor of killing bugs at your house. I also hate rats and spiders. Go to McGrathPestControl.com.
I'm going to come back online. Well, John, let me tell you something. It's not, as Paul Heyman has famously said, it's not prediction. It's a spoiler. Brock Lesnar will leave New York City once again the champion. Then he might go to UFC, take a break, go to UFC, face Tommy here, and then it's on.
Brock Lesnar is going to walk out of New York City with the Universal Championship, and he'll come back maybe SummerSlam or maybe before, and he'll lose it then. But I just have a feeling, deep gut feeling, that Dean Ambrose is going to screw Seth Rollins out of this Universal title because I really don't see Dean Ambrose leaving. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. I'd save this match for last because I have a lot I got to get off my chest about this. For 11 years, you had this man do everything imaginable for his career. He has went to war with people like Randy Orton, Jack Swagger. You know, him and Evan Bourne were tag team champions. Him and CM Punk were tag team champions together. You know, the list can go on. Kofi Kingston has been United States champion, Intercontinental champion, tag team champion after tag team champion. With the New Day, Evan Bourne, CM Punk. He has had tremendous matches with Randy Orton and Evan Bourne and Jack Swagger, and the list can go on and on. He has had numerous phenomenal ways to get back into the Royal Rumble match. He is probably one of the best high flyers that has been in WWE since Jeff Hardy. You put him in a group that wasn't supposed to be amount to shit. Him, Big E, and Xavier Woods were never supposed to be as big as they are. They were supposed to be the next nation of domination, but Vince didn't want that. Vince wanted to make him a joke, but the New Day has blown the fuck up in the past few years. They went from bootios to pancakes. They went from they make sure you ain't booty to shoving pancakes down people's throats, throwing pancakes and just lollygagging, skipping, and blowing the trombone. This man has done every freaking thing possible that you have thrown at him, and he has turned it into fucking gold. And in 11 years, he has not had a single fucking title shot until now. Vince McMahon has done everything he could in the past few weeks.
1 minute, man.
To
what's his name? Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan.
Vince has done everything in the past few weeks to make sure Kofi don't get where the fuck he is now. I hate doing this. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince McMahon. Okay. Kofi ran the gauntlet. He wasn't even supposed to be in this title picture at all. If it wasn't for Mustafa Ali getting injured, Kofi wouldn't be as big of a hit as he is now. And you know, I hate seeing the smart marks be like, y'all just jumping on the Kofi bandwagon just to be cool, just to be hip. No, I have followed Kofi Kingston ever since he came into the WWE. I have been a fan of Kofi Kingston ever since he joined the WWE. And the fact that Vince McMahon has not seen any potential in him until now, it says a lot. I don't want to say the word, but it says a lot about Vince McMahon as a person and as his character on TV. And every time that Vince has screwed Kofi, you know, Big E and Xavier Woods like, man, maybe we should quit. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And Kofi said something interesting in a promo to Vince McMahon 2 weeks ago. And Kofi said, and I quote, "You have never given somebody like me, of my caliber, of my stature, a true shot at a WWE championship. What do I have to do to prove to you that I can be the top tier talent that you're looking for? What do I have to do?" And Vince has thrown gauntlet matches at him, has done everything. Kofi Kingston has put on some of these best matches in the past 2 months that he has in his entire 11-year career. And I love you, Kofi. I really do. I know you'll never hear this podcast, but I love you. Kofi Kingston better walk out of Kofi Kingston better walk out of WrestleMania, the WWE Championship. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Kofi Kingston better walk out of WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. Because if not, it's going to say a lot about Vince McMahon and the WWE. I'm going to leave it at that. Use your minds. But I want to talk about Kofi being WWE Champion. If Kofi Kingston wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, he will be the first ever black WWE Champion. The first ever African American champion. And no, I don't want nobody.
I want to make something very clear. Like, people have always brought this up. Like, what about The Rock? Well, first of all, The Rock has had some.
I'm getting there. I'm getting to that right there. I'm getting to that point right there.
Yeah.
No, ladies and gentlemen, The Rock went on Twitter a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It made me lose a lot of respect for The Rock as a person. The Rock said, and I quote, I have it right here in my notes. The Rock said, "I transcend race in professional wrestling." No, you haven't done shit, bitch. Rock, all you have done was kiss ass and use your Samoan heritage to get where you are today.
Got a point there.
You are not the first African-American champion, Rock. You are the first Samoan African-American champion. The WWE recognizes your Samoan heritage. They gave your daddy props during Black History Month, but did they, you Rock? Did they show you in a video montage for Black History Month? No. So you haven't done nothing to prove your point as the first African American champion. Rock, you are mixed. You are more Samoan than you are black. You are the first you're one of the very first Samoan champions. So take your transcended race in professional wrestling and shove it up your ass.
Whoa.
If Kofi Kingston wins the WWE Championship Sunday, not only will he be the first African-American, full-blooded African-American WWE champion, Kofi Kingston will be the first ever African-American Grand Slam champion. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to do this. I hate to say it. And Lee, I'm sorry, if you have to edit the show when I say this, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi does not walk out of WrestleMania the WWE champion. It's going to say a lot about Vince McMahon's character. I personally believe that Vince McMahon is a racist.
Yes.
Because who was the last person of Kofi Kingston ethnicity to get a WWE championship shot? Who was the last African American to get a WWE title shot? Not World Heavyweight, WWE.
The Rock. Okay.
No, The Rock ain't. Not meant full-blooded African American. The last full-blooded African American to get a WWE championship shot was R-Truth against John Cena at Capital Punishment in 2011. And they made R-Truth look like a joke. Lee, are you still with me?
Oh, yeah, I'm here, man. I tell you, I'm glad you brought up R-Truth. R-Truth outside of WWE is a legend. He's a former NWA. Yes, the NWA is still alive, by the way. The NWA World Champion, the first black NWA World Champion. Outside of WWE, he's a legend. Inside, he's a joke.
And ladies and gentlemen, go to Ron Killings, not R-Truth. Don't go to R-Truth Facebook, his verified WWE page. Go to Ron Killings. I think it's Ron Killings TV or just Ron Killings.
Mm-hmm.
That's his official page to promote his music. And ladies and gentlemen, if you click on the link for ronkillings.something and put in your personal information, your email address and your phone number, you will receive a personal text message from Ron Killings himself. I have texted R-Truth for the past few days. Ron Killings is a legit, kind-hearted guy. I love the dude. He's just promoting his music and he wants to give back to his fans. And he said he's going to call me after WrestleMania week and thank me personally. But this ain't about R-Truth. This is about WrestleMania week. And Vince, if you can hear me, if anybody in WWE Creative has the slightest bit of decency to fucking hear this podcast, Kofi better win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. If not, I do not want to be in New York City. Backlash you all will have in face, it's going to be horrible. But that's about WrestleMania. Let's talk about NXT TakeOver, because if I continue and the whole Kofi Kingston situation, we're going to be here for more than an hour.
Oh, yeah, we got 13 minutes, though, but NXT going pretty good.
At NXT TakeOver, NXT has been off the chain, and if NXT TakeOver New York, if NXT TakeOver ain't, it's going to be better than WrestleMania. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. Because we have the War Machines versus Ricochet and Black for the NXT Tag Team titles, and the Dusty Rhodes, no, they already won that. But we have the War Machine versus Ricochet and Aleister Black for the NXT Tag Team titles just because Ricochet and Aleister Black won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We have Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT title. That match right there is going to be the entire pay-per-view. The best match, hands down. If not, I'll come on here and say I was wrong. But Adam Cole, baby, is going to be your new NXT champion. We have Shayna Baszler versus Lo Cherie versus Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane in a fatal 4-way for NXT Women's Championship. Please, if y'all have any doubt in your fucking minds to not put the title on Bianca Belair, take that far away and put the title on Bianca Belair. Because Bianca Belair is one of the best divas in NXT right now. Mm-hmm. We have my boy Velveteen Dream versus my brother from another mother, Matt Riddle, for the North American title. That match right there has a lot of potential to come again.
I want to say it knocked out right there.
You want to talk about this match?
The Riddle match? Matt Riddle?
Yeah, Matt Riddle versus Velveteen Dream.
Matt Riddle's going to win by knockout. Completely. He's former UFC, former MMA. Matt Riddle has actually claimed that he wants to take Lesnar on. It's going to be very interesting if it ever happens. But we're going to have a new North American champion, and his name is Matt Riddle, bro.
I really want Matt Riddle to win. But I love Velveteen Dream, but just to take the title off Velveteen Dream, because Velveteen Dream is ready for the main roster. Mm-hmm. Velveteen Dream has one of the best fucking gimmicks that is in professional wrestling right now. But the match I'm really looking forward to most, because we don't get to see them very often, is Pete Dunne versus Walter for the NXT UK title. Walter is one hell of a talent. One hell of a fucking athlete. And put him in the ring with Pete Dunne, them two are going to put on classics. They have put on classics before, and they'll put on another classic. I love Pete Dunne. I have loved Pete Dunne ever since I've seen him. So I don't think they'll ever bring Pete Dunne to the main roster because I don't think he wants that. But change your mind, Pete Dunne. Please change your mind. I'm going to pick Walter to win the NXT UK title. I don't know if NXT had any more matches. If so, we'll talk about it on the next episode. But that is NXT TakeOver, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the NXT TakeOver card is NXT TakeOver. The final card I have right now on me is War Machines versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. War Machines will win that. Pete Dunne versus Walter. I pick Walter. Johnny Wrestling versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole, baby. Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. I'm picking my brother, Matt Riddle. The NXT Women's title. Put that title on Bianca Belair, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about G1 Supercard, but we only got 10 minutes left, so I'm not going to talk about it. If I have time, maybe Friday, I'll get on and talk about G1 Supercard. Because G1 Supercard's on Saturday.
And it happens to be here, so it's going to be cool.
but also the Hall of Fame's on Saturday, so I don't know which one. Yeah, I'm going to watch probably G1 Supercard. Because the Hall of Fame induction, or the Hall of Fame this year ain't very, oh my God, I have to watch. Because we have DX, Harlem Heat. By the way, shout out to Stevie Ray. I've talked to Stevie Ray maybe twice in the past month. Shout out to Stevie Ray. Congratulations to you and Booker T. So we have Harlem Heat, DX, with China, which I think China should have went in by herself. But it is what it is. We have the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jen Anvil Neidhart, which I don't agree with, that it should include Owen Hart too. But the way Owen's wife is with the WWE, she still blames WWE for his death. I can see why it's not, but it should be Owen Hart going in with the Hart Foundation, but it's not. So we have DX, Harlem Heat, the Hart Foundation, a longtime WWE employee is getting the Warrior Award. We have Brutus the Barber Beefcake, cares. And we also have my least favorite going into the Hall of Fame in the past few years, Tori Wilson.
I'm going to leave it at that.
She is.
Man, I tell you.
She is not deserving of this. I would pick Molly Holly or Jazz before you. Or Victoria, even. But we'll leave it at that. Tori Wilson in the Hall of Fame. We'll just leave it at that. Lee Houston, go one, buddy.
Man, we have 6 minutes left, but y'all, this is why it's so awesome to join the exclusive Wrestling Trash Club. As let's say we don't feel like going live, we want to tape it. You get the episode exclusively when we finish. All you got to do, WrestlingTracks.net, click on sign up, and boom, you're in. If you got a problem with the sign up, email us at WrestlingTracks@gmail.com. All you got to do is email the word WTracks to WrestlingTracks@gmail.com, and that's about it, and you're in. So, join the club, WrestlingTracks.net, sign up, there you go. We'll see you guys live in New York City, WrestleMania weekend, starting this Friday night with NXT TakeOver, the Hall of Fame, and of course, WrestleMania itself, Sunday night in New York City. We got to get out of here. Have a great night. See ya.
Good night, everybody.